Hello, welcome to Jet Lag in the News. This is our for 2026. It's our 50th show.
Yes.
And welcoming me back Arthur Chan, who
Hello.
started with me beginning of 2025.
Oh gosh,
I hope to have you back.
I'm very happy to be back, and it's
Very happy to have you back anytime.
And your channel been doing so great, and congratulations.
Thank
You've been
you.
educating people and storytelling about, or sometimes even crazy people about their jet lag cover story.
Well, I think I have a favourite crazy person.
Oh,
I do. Someone who went to board a plane with their, quote, emotional support peacock.
Come again.
Yeah. Well, you know how you have like a guide dog for people who are blind?
Yes.
Well, and some people have emotional support animals.
Okay.
This was a peacock. Yeah. There were problems with putting a peacock on a plane, They're not little creatures.
No.
I did actually have a peacock getting my path commuting home one day. I was walking along the Collingwood Children's Farm, and I'm walking home, and suddenly this big peacock just jumps into my pathway.
You know what? I do miss doing this.
Yeah.
I miss these.
You miss the emotional support peacock.
Yes. There you go. All right. Anyway,
welcome.
Now, so I am a little bit rusty with all of this, so I have the notes in here. So I'm gonna go through a couple of topics with you, and if you can help me out a little bit. Now, first one is business travel.
Well, this is the time of year business travel doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, say, from mid-December till what we have here in Australia. We have Australia Day, which is the 26th of January, and there's not a lot that happens. And there is some, but so the business pivots in this period from business travel to leisure travel, because that's a lot of that happening. A lot of family reunions. In Australia, people fly to Europe. They'll have parents in Europe, and might take their young children, what have you. So a lot of overseas travel. Or people just want to travel to get away because they don't like sunshine. They'd much rather have snow and miserable weather. So, more likely people coming to Australia for the sunshine. Now, I had a work colleague whose his widowed father, came out from Denmark.
Oh.
And he said the first time that he came out for Christmas and went straight home in January, and it was miserable. So he said, just come here for December, stay for January, and enjoy the sunshine and the weather.
Well, look, I mean, it's okay. I'm not sure why this is here, but can you tell us a little bit about coat and overhead locker?
Right. Now, I saw an article, and the thing that you don't put in the overhead locker is your coat. Two reasons. First of all, they take up a lot of space. And overhead locker. But also, overhead lockers are really dirty because most luggage has wheels on it, and people drag the wheels through the mud along the ground and then stick it in the overhead locker. Yeah. So those things, and they don't get it clean. It's not like the plane lands and everyone's sort of cleaning out the overhead lockers.
No.
So what I do, because I find the air conditioning a bit too cool on the plane. So my coat doubles as a blanket. But I remember the time I went to Denmark in winter, and it was 40 degrees here, 14 when I changed planes in Doha, 4 in Copenhagen. And I had and of course, traveling there, I had a coat and a scarf. And I'm going to the airport, 40 degree heat with coat and scarf. But I used the coat as my blanket on the plane.
That is quite nice, actually, especially for a long flight like that.
Yeah. It's a long flight.
Long
and boring flight, really.
Well, I mean,
the first part certainly is when you go across the Indian Ocean at night. There's nothing to see.
Yeah, it's just oceans.
Yeah, just pretty much.
Yeah, it's just water. Yeah,
it's water until you get to Saudi Arabia, and it's just sand.
Oh, geez. Well, different colour.
True, different colour.
Well, actually, speaking of that, so we're talking about different countries. So, we got a couple of best and worst long-haul flight airlines.
Yes.
Uh,
So give us our best.
okay, so number one. Should I go with number one or number three?
Let's start with number 3 and work our
Okay.
way up.
Number three, Cathay Pacific.
Cathay Pacific, very nice.
Yes.
My first round the world trip many years ago, I flew Continental from Australia to London, across America, and then Cathay Pacific flying back. And Continental no longer fly to Australia, but this was the old Continental, which wasn't great. And so, and when I booked in London, and the staff were polite, it was just so nice.
Oh yes, they are. They are.
But Cathay used to have, they used to use the old Hong Kong airport as their hub, which was scary.
That
It was a cricket pitch
it's
next to a slum.
It's
The plane
there's
just fell out of the
scraping
sky.
on. Yes,
Yeah.
it's you can practically see the bottom of the plane.
Yeah, and there was a
From the
cafe at the end of the runway so you could watch the planes land, take off.
Right? Isn't it amazing that there were never like an airport disaster from
I think there were a few
from
incidents.
Calcutta Airport?
I think there were a few incidents. Yeah.
Cut that bit out, please. Cut that bit out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know that. I don't think there was a disaster. There
What
were
about-
certainly a few incidents.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, Cathay Pacific is one of my two choices of flying from Australia to Europe.
Lovely.
Like, that's one of the things.
That's
Number
number
two.
2. Yeah.
Qatar.
Qatar's lovely.
Yes.
Qatar is very nice.
And they know how to put on a good show. They
Now, when I fly, I like to drink tomato juice, right?
Okay.
Your savoury taste buds. There's a whole thing with flying and savoury taste buds versus sweet and sour, sweet and salty. But I'm like, and they'll have what's called Bloody Mary mix, but it's a Virgin Mary they call it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have, and I'm like, on the flight, would you like vodka? That? No, I'm good. It's like 3 in.the morning. It's a bit messy.
Look, I mean, wherever you are on a plane or like in the like going to bars and things like that, if you're drinking by 3 in.the morning, you really should stop. It's not the time for it. Number one.
But yeah, Qatar is lovely.
Number one, Singapore.
Singapore, again, a lovely airline.
Yes.
I have eaten dumplings in their business class lounge. It's wonderful.
There you go. And I mean, actually, that's one of the other one of the two that I.
You should try Qatar as well.
I think I might. Oh, there's one that I'm curious about. It's not on the list here, so I'm just gonna say it up now. Apparently, there are now flights from Korea to the UK. So
Well, that would make sense.
yes, like for the pole and like
Yeah,
or something like that. So I'm thinking that maybe next time, like maybe Qatar or maybe Seoul, Korea, because I like fried chicken. Korean fried chicken.
Korean fried chicken. We could do that.
So it could be something. All right. Would you
Now-
like to know the?
Well, we should mention that first our flagship airline, Qantas, came in at quite a respectable number 6.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
It is.
so
and they are pretty good.
They are pretty good. They're not Singapore, Qatar, Cathay Pacific good, but they're pretty. They're pretty good. At number 6, that's quite respectable. What number did the bottom of the list get to?
17, 18, 19.
Right.
So-
So 6 out of 19. That's quite respectable.
That's pretty good. Well, the funny thing is, like, if you put Qantas next to like Singapore or Qatar or Cathay, it's gonna look horrible.
Well,
But-
it's not going to look horrible. It'll just come off second best.
Yes, but if you put it in the next 3 that we are talking about,
Well,
Qantas would look like
give us the third.
angels.
Give us the third worst airline. The 17th
Okay,
best airline.
Yeah, number 17. Oh gosh, this one I gotta give you a hint. One of an Australian comedian, Pan do like playing a role from her character from
Oh,
that.
not Delta.
No, British Airways.
British.
Yeah.
British came out so bad.
Yeah, British.
Because she does lots of airlines.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
She does the French very well.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, I love the one that when she played the BA one that she'll be like, touch the trolley.
touch the trolley, walk across.
Yeah.
Touch the trolley, walk across here.
Pretend that I give a fuck. Then touch the curtain. Then touch the trolley again. I love her.
Yeah, well, you should see her French. But she also says Darlene. Which, one of the American ones.
Ooh.
Darlene is based in Dallas or Houston or something. Darlene has big hair.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Look that up.
I actually thought that she has one character, but then I remember
I don't
more
think I've
than
ever
one.
flown British.
Well, there's a good reason for that.
Well, I'm not compelled to.
There you
No,
go.
18th.
Yes.
What's our 18th best airline?
Or second last.
Or second last?
United.
No.
United Airlines.
Well, no surprise.
Describe it a little bit.
There was a guy who had his guitar travel in cargo on United, and they broke it.
Ooh.
And they wouldn't do anything to refund or compensate or anything. Now, a musician would be a stupid person to get along with, because he wrote a song called United Breaks Guitars, and it went viral.
Well, hey, if he couldn't get the money to fix it, then he would earn it from the.
Yeah, so United Breaks Guitars.
But it's like, what is? I thought it would be like United Break Hearts, but then it's like no, guitars and other things. Would you like to know the
worst?
The worst.
I'll give you the worst.
Now, this is the opinion of this piece. I didn't say that. I never been. So American Airlines.
I'm surprised that this one has done poorly.
Really?
Because I've travelled American, I've never had any problem. I've travelled with American extensively.
Mm.
Maybe they've gone downhill since I've flown with them, but never had any major problems. So they might have gone downhill, but it's been a while since I flew with American.
This is 2025, and the thing is, every year that there will be this coming up, you never know. Maybe they'll come back up. Maybe they recover.
Well, the funniest thing, flying American, is they do the safety announcement in English.
Yep.
Then they do the safety announcement in Spanish, which makes complete sense because America does have a very large Spanish-speaking population.
Yes.
Shrinking by the moment, but large. And the word for mask is mascara.
Oh!
Which makes sense, because mascara is like a mask. So when you're if oxygen levels fall, mascara will drop from the ceiling. If you're travelling with children, apply your mascara first before applying it to your children. And so I've just got all these people, imagine, mascara bottle there, and like frantically.
And they will be like in the mid-flight announcement, they will be like, this flight's mascara is sponsored by Sephora or something like that. It's like MAC. Yeah, it's like.
Trixie Mattel's got a whole line of mascara.
Oh yes. Imagine that they have the front of the flight painted as Trixie Mattel's face. As like with the intense cheek.
Yeah, the whole white thing.
Yeah, like almost like the wing makeup.
Well, that's a distinctive look.
Yes.
I'm impressed. I like that. If oxygen levels fall, put on the mascara and do your makeup like Trixie Mattel. That would work.
How are they going to identify the parties? Oh, sorry. This is too dark. Please cut that bit out. Oh, gee. Don't you just miss having me and my randomness here?
I do. I really do.
What is wrong with you? All right, next.
It's like when you're in an abusive relationship, you keep going back to the abuser.
Excuse me. Yeah, actually. Well, look at me. I think sometimes.
I think we are the Trixie and Katya of jet lag.
I think so. I am Katya.
I'm Trixie then.
Yes. I think. Because I think
Oh, we're sitting in the wrong seats then.
Yeah, but I look better from this side.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But I mean, it's. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I do miss being a little bit crazy on your channel.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you can come back.
I will.
Because I'm not very crazy on my own.
Look, I mean, now I have this little thing set up. I have a little tripod and lighting that are kind of improving the whole sitting. So No, I mean, I would not be surprised if I pop up again later this year.
I would not be surprised either, and I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. All right, next topic.
Next topic.
The
Hetlioz?
FDA.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm going to talk about. Yeah,
Oh.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hetlioz,
Okay, so there is history here. So Vanda Pharmaceuticals developed their drug Hetlioz for jet lag. They put it together, and the FDA said, "No, we're not even going to look at it."
Why?
That was because the FDA said.
Okay.
And then they took the FDA to court, and the court said, "You have to look at this drug properly." You said,
Okay.
you know, because the FDA said there wasn't enough evidence. Now, and this is gets me angry and upset. The FDA said so basically you use a jet lag simulation. So you switch lights on early or off late, you know, rather than actually putting people on planes. And that's a reasonable compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And they said no, because there's all these other factors with flying, like oxygen pressures and what have you, that this synchronous, you know, having things out of sync isn't enough. And my background is clinical research.
Mm-hmm.
Clinical trials are already insanely expensive. Adding flight, like an intercontinental flight, and you've got to do a return because you can't just send them, you know.
Leave them there.
You can't just leave people there. So having a return flight across multiple time zones,
Oh God.
and that's insane. That's an insane expense.
So if they just,
I think and my feeling is, having worked in that background, sometimes you have to push back on health. I've done it. I've pushed back. You know, I've had frank and forthright conversations, shall we say, with health authorities or, you know, editors. Sometimes I have won.
Well, I think
I usually did. But, you know, sometimes you have to push back and say, well, that's not reasonable. You know, or we don't know, or we don't need to know, or, you know.
I think what we should consider is that, like, especially in this day and age, for everyone, like professionals, for some people with experience, and also like the investment of all the testing and things like that, we are here to hold the authority accountable. So
that's it. And I get, look, authorities have a place, and I completely support the FDA having a role, and the TGA in Australia, and the various ministries of health. You know, this is, for example, America didn't have thalidomide.
What is that?
Which was a drug that caused birth deformities.
Oh,
in the 60s, because someone from the FDA said, "Hey, we need more data. We need to know that this is safe for pregnant women." And she got every award that could. Frances Oldham, she got every award. She passed away not long ago, but you know, she was given every medal and every award, and she deserved it. You know. But sometimes you do have to push back and say, "Well, hey, that's not a reasonable cost."
And hey, that's why sometimes that having like even like smaller operation or medium or large operations, that just be there pointing out to authorities like, hey, this is not quite right. It's time to say something.
I think the pharmaceutical company will be arguing that very strongly.
Oh yes,
and I completely agree with them. I think that's an unreasonable request to have, you know, to put a return intercontinental airfare into each patient study. That's just not feasible.
Intercontinental flight, huh?
Well, if they're running, you know, across 5 hours or 8 hours of time zones, unless you're in Russia, which they're not.
Well, look, I mean,
Here's a bit of trivia for you, though.
Oh, okay.
Which country spans the most time zones?
Ooh. Oh, jeez. France?
Yes, France.
Yeah, they have all these islands.
Yeah, they've got New Caledonia, they've got French Guiana.
Yeah.
They've got all these places. They've got. Normally people don't guess that one.
No, but
you look, oh, Russia's got.
No, not Russia.
France.
Russia is too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Because it was quite funny because I when I learned about that, I thought China would have a lot of time zones. No, they just
had one.
They just have one. They just allowed one. So it's like people were living on the west side of it. They will be like,
well, the west. It's like they're obviously in the wrong time zone.
Yeah.
So they just do things a bit later.
Yeah.
But you know where else is in the wrong time zone?
Well, it would be, say, some of the islands in the Pacific.
No. Spain. Spain is in the wrong time zone.
Oh.
Spain is an hour ahead of the UK.
Yeah.
And it's mostly west of the UK. It should be on the same time zone.
Oh.
But this is why the Spanish sleep in and eat so late. They're in the wrong time zone. Because Franco aligned himself with Mussolini and Hitler.
Oh.
And he joined their time zone, and no one's ever taken it back. Portugal's in the right time zone. And there's an hour time zone difference between Portugal and Spain.
Wow.
Spain is in the wrong zone.
Oh,
so is France, for that matter.
Look, I mean, I'm just very proud of myself to think of France being the
I'm impressed.
Thank you. Because I know that it would have something to do with colonization.
Yeah.
I first thought about the UK, but UK obviously are not separate time zone from all of the places that are British.
Yeah, I don't know that there's many British places.
That's why I was thinking
for independence.
Look, that's why I was thinking France, because they got like which one was the one with all the rocket launching? Is it Guyana? Anyway, there's like sorry. Anyway,
Mururoa Atoll. I don't know.
Anyway, well, I think it's time to talk about flying brain. Does flying affect the brain?
Well, this is mostly older people that do that, and it's not just the jet lag. Jet lag doesn't help, but also the lower oxygen levels, because it's pressurized, but it's not pressurized to sea level. It's pressurized a bit higher up.
Okay.
So the oxygen levels are a bit down. And I know I'm not going to name any names, but some world leaders are older, and as they travel a lot, they could get confused. Not just the jet lag, but the lack of oxygen, the whole disorientation.
Hopefully they're not doing
I'm not naming any names, but we had Joe Biden fall asleep. He flew to Angola and fell asleep. This was after he'd lost the election. He did badly in the election, and he blamed it on jet lag, which is quite...
Stephen, I have a confession. When we were young,
confess your sins.
Yes. So, when we were young and needed money...
You were young and needed the money, yeah.
Yes. Instead of doing the right thing, I went to do shift work.
Right.
So, and it was...
How did I?
Fuck that. I was like, definitely not for me. It's not for me. But of course, that we want to talk about some of the people who are actually saving lives, like nurses.
Yeah. And there's two studies. One's come out of Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
One's come out of India. The Pakistan study looked at nurses who did shift work and gastrointestinal disturbances, and they found that nurses who did rotating shifts, so they weren't permanently on a morning or a night, they were rotating, had a higher incidence of gastrointestinal problems. The Indian study looked at nurses, and they were looking at psychosomatic pain. They were looking at pain perception, so they had I think they call it psychosomatic symptoms. And again, the nurses who do the rotating shifts were at the highest risk. And it's because when you're rotating shifts, that's mini jet lag.
Yeah.
That is what we call social jet lag. So it's a real thing.
Well, it's also really disconnect you from the rest of the...
It does. I did shift work as a young pharmacist many years ago in the hospital. They were doing a night shift, which is...
Wow.
Not into the night, till 11 p.m.
You were also young and needed money.
I was young and needed money.
Sorry.
But it really isolates you socially.
It really was.
Because your evenings are gone.
And the thing is, like, most of the time that when people that you're connected with, like, if they got a day job.
Also, I'd work weekends.
Oh, yeah.
Usually. And the weekends I'd be on call.
Yeah.
So I'd had, this was before we had mobile phones, I had a pager.
Well, and the other part of it is, like, when you're on call, you can't really fully engage with the people that you are, like, spending time with. And that's, and if you're, like, doing it for an extended period of time, that's not only your friend group, but, like, your loved ones around you.
Yeah.
You can't spend quality time with them.
Well, I was living in Canberra at the time, and my family was in Sydney.
Oh.
And so what would happen, I'd work a weekend, and the following weekend I'd have 4 days off, and I'd go back to Sydney. I didn't want to spend 4 days in Canberra.
Yeah. I was like, that's a long commute if your pager beep.
Oh, no. I did not have my pager. But one time I was working in the hospital system and there were floods. This was in southwest Sydney. And I got a call from the boss, you're on call because you're the only one who can get to the hospital. All my colleagues were cut off by flood borders. Like, okay, I'm on call. I can't go anywhere because I'm cut off by flood borders.
Well, wow. How did they? No, I'm not going to ask that.
No, I was living in at the hospital.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can't go anywhere.
Well, I couldn't. Well, I could go to Liverpool. That was it.
Oh God. I hope they have like a TV or something like that.
Oh, yeah. You had all the mod comms. You know, this was Sydney. This wasn't, Timbuktu.
Well, you never know. With the way that you travel, with,
the way I travel,
I don't know.
I wasn't traveling.
Oh shit. Let's change topic. Let's talk about sports.
Okay, let's talk
over to sport. Now, I did a series of... I don't have a lot of sport this week. Over to sport. But I did a series of... One thing I do...
Why do I hear me saying, let's talk about sports?
But we've got to talk about the Australian Open.
Yes.
If you're in Melbourne, there's throngs of people everywhere travelling to and from the Australian Open. Good luck to them.
Mm-hmm.
And an article asked for advice from... a couple of tennis players, and they asked for two of the worst people I could imagine. First, Novak Djokovic. Why? Why would you ask him for health advice? He's a vaccine skeptic, to put it mildly.
He has a mouth.
He's the guy that you avoid at parties, because he wants to talk about apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
he's that guy. And he's doing all sorts of weird things for jet lag. Don't take advice from Novak Djokovic, please. Just don't.
Well, who is the other one?
And the other one, Iga Swiatek took melatonin, good advice for jet lag, which would normally be good advice, but the melatonin was contaminated. It showed up in her blood test, and she got banned for a month.
Oh.
Which
it's
a
not
bit unfair.
Melatonin.
Melatonin's fine. It's a naturally occurring hormone. But the melatonin was contaminated with something that's forbidden. Yeah.
Wait, how does...
And there's a lot of shady things with over-the-counter melatonin.
Oh.
A lot. Melatonin, the amount on the label does not match the amount in the tablet. It's really prevalent in the US and Canada, and the FDA doesn't seem to check it. We had a similar scandal here some years ago with a company called Vanda Pharmaceuticals, and they didn't mix things properly, so this was for travel sickness, and the travel sickness levels were all over the shop, and you can't actually do that.
Wow.
But that seems to be there were children's sleep gummies which were contaminated with melatonin but not labelled. This was in the UK. Some were found in Western Australia with these melatonin gummies that were not actually labelled as containing melatonin. So,
well, at least
there were some real problems with melatonin.
Yeah.
But poor Iga Swiatek, I don't think she was doing anything dishonest. She just took melatonin, and the melatonin was contaminated. So, please be careful with over-the-counter melatonin.
Exactly.
And only look, I've got things that are better than melatonin. It's a drug, okay? I know it's a hormone, it's also a drug.
You gotta be specific when you say that. I got something better than most.
I've got things better. I'm a jet lag consultant. I've got things better and safer than melatonin.
Well, there you go.
Come to my website.
Well, and speaking of that, I'm just gonna close out today's episode with.
And finally, you might have seen my humorous campaign to ban
your story.
And finally,
funny travel stories.
Yes.
Have you? Okay, you hear about Florida Man. I met Florida Man.
Oh, gosh.
I'm at Newark, right? Newark.
Yes.
And I'm flying to London. So Newark's just out in New Jersey, just out of New York, right? It's an airport, fine. And
I like the way you say it. It's an airport.
It's an airport. Look, it functions. It's you know, all I want for the airport is for the planes to land and take off safely. That's it.
Yep.
That's what I really want in an airport. I mean, if you give me Tex-Mex like Dallas Fort Worth, that's a bonus. But no. Anyway, so I'm queuing from a plane for London, and then this family comes, and you know they have the velvet rope with the zigzag.
Yep.
Well, they went over and under and over and under and over and under like it's an obstacle course.
Oh, what was that? What is that show? Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, it was Ninja Warrior, Florida edition. And it said, "Oh, it's real hard to get in here." And I said, "Well, I just went to the hour and followed it on." Oh, okay. And I was sitting queuing, and then a few minutes later, "Is this the flight for Jacksonville?" Jacksonville in Florida. And there's a sign in front of us, international departures, London, UK. No, this is the flight for London.
There's a sign.
You need to go to the domestic down there.
Wait. So he was doing the obstacle course in front of the sign saying International London.
Yeah. And then so I pointed down there. So they got the luggage, went over and under and over and under and over and under again to make their way down. I'm like,
it's Florida.
And so, yeah. Florida. That's all I can. Florida.
I'm not sure what I can say, but I mean, that's a really lovely story. Can I use it on my podcast?
You can use it on your podcast.
It's like the obstacle course, Ninja Warrior, the whole thing, and just to go to
the wrong queue.
Yeah,
it's clearly labelled the wrong queue.
It's a labelled
yeah, and there's a sign at the front. Enter here. No, wrestle through ropes like a.
I was like, I saw people like that in Sydney Airport as well. That sometimes.
What were they doing in Sydney Airport?
No, exactly, but well, not American. But I don't know what they are. But anyway,
from Queensland.
No comment. Anyway, but I was like, a small part of me really want to see them tangle up.
But if that happened in Sydney and someone would come up, what are you doing?
Pretty much. They got stopped.
Yeah, they would. Because that don't happen in Australia. It's like, what are you doing? That's wrong.
It was really nice. There was this very small built lady with a really big voice. Yes. And she basically told them off.
Yeah. That's how Australia rolls. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Knock it off. Do this properly.
It was really good. I was like, that reminded me, which movie was that? There's this I think it's this mum just basically took her slipper off and just slapping the kids. It's like basically that kind of thing.
Verbally.
Like, you know, they don't do that in Sydney Airport. But
anyway, so my name's Steve Jasper.
And I'm Arthur, the Chatty Curator.
And come to my website.
If you have any questions or want to know more about what I do, check out my website at www.jetlagguy.com.au. There's another book on the way, and you'll be the first to know when it's released. If you have any questions or want to know more about what I do...
And there's another book on
the way. Yet another book? You know, I've got not just my book, but I've also written a children's book.
What?
And a colouring in book to go with it.
Amazing. I mean, it's like, once again, where can they find it?
And www.jetlagguy.com.au.
And that's this week's jet
lag in the news. I'm Steve Jasper, aka the Jet Lag Guy. Thank you for watching.
50th. Well, I'm very happy.
And that's this week's jet lag in the news. I'm Steve Jasper, aka the Jet Lag Guy. Thank you for watching.
AKA the jet lag guy.
And that's this week's Jet Lag in the News. I'm Steve Jasper,